It's a marvelous night for a moon dance, with the stars up above in your eyes. A fantabulous night to make romance, neath the cover of October skies. And all the leaves of the trees, they are falling to make sure that you're never alone. There and then all my dreams will come calling. There and then I will make you my own. And every night's magic seems to whisper.
She said 12 children in 13 years. Well, you and your husband must really get along very well. She said, I love my husband very much. To which he said, I love this cigar too, but I take it out of my mouth once in a while. You know? That's a true story. So there we are. There we are, my mother and I, standing over the coffin, looking down at her sister, and my mother's going, well, I guess now they'll finally be together. I said, Ma, you're talking about her first husband, her second husband, her third husband? She said, I'm referring to her legs. She said, tell me, when Jack was alive, did you have mutual orgasm? My mother said, no, I think we had State Farm. And my mother was a very moody woman, so moody, in fact, that my father once bought her a mood ring, a big, beautiful, like $400 for this thing. In those days, that was a lot of money. And whenever she was in a really good mood, this ring would glow green like a traffic light. And when she was in a really bad mood, it would leave this large red mark on my father's forehead. That's why he died a long time before she did. And it was really something, the funeral that they had, because this hospital that he was associated with spared no expense for this funeral, because his wife wouldn't do it. She was cheap. In fact, she went to the LA Times and she said, I want to place an obituary. How much is that? And they said, 50 cents a word, ma'am. She said, okay. Put Irving Rosenthal died. They said, there's an 8-word minimum, ma'am. She said, okay, put Dr. Irving Rosenthal died. Golf clubs for sale. That's how cheap she was. They invited us to come down to SeaWorld in San Diego. They're looking at us for a show. So they gave us the whole run of the grounds and everything. And so we're going around, and we're watching a dolphin show, and Darci said to me, she said, don't you think it's amazing that after only 3 weeks in captivity, these dolphins have trained people to stand up on a thing and throw them fish? Wow, yeah. Absolutely. I got a friend in the audience here. His name is Bob Weber. And I gotta tell you a story about this guy. This guy's not only one of the funniest guys, quickest witted guys in the world. This is him over here. Last time I didn't point him out. I'm gonna do it now. Put that light on Bob Weber right here. This is Bob Weber. Okay? So here's what happened. He's out dining one night, and he's sitting by himself. I think it was at the Spencer's in town. Sitting by himself, and right across from him, speaking of blondes, is this gorgeous blonde. And he's looking at her, and he's smiling, and she's smiling back. And all of a sudden, she sneezes. And she got a glass eye, and it flies out. And he catches it in his hand. I mean, what an embarrassing moment for both of them. He didn't know what to do. She didn't know what to... Anyway, he comes over, and he said, I'm very sorry. And he gives her back the eye, and she says, oh, I'm so embarrassed, but thank you so much for being such a gentleman. She said, would you join me for dinner? So he joined her for dinner. Then she picked up the tab. Then they went to the bar, they got acquainted, she picked up that tab. Then she took him home, and they had a wonderful evening. And in the morning, she made this beautiful breakfast out on the patio, and she served him. And he said, I have to ask you, do you treat all the men that you meet like this? And she said, are you ready? No, you just happen to catch my eye. I love that one myself. Through like an hour and a half of tech support with this guy in India. You know why that is, these guys in India? You know, you ever see how the Indian women, you know, the women from India have that dot on their forehead? You know what that is? That's when they get married, their husband scratches off that dot to see if he won a 7-Eleven or a convenience store or a gas station. And if there's nothing there, he has to remain in India and answer telephone calls and be a tech support guy for people like us. So he goes, you said what? What? This is better when he wins. Anyway, we determined that I had a virus in the computer and I couldn't look for anything anymore for a couple of days. I had the Lorena Bobbitt virus. I don't know how many guys are familiar with computers, but if you got a virus, you don't want this one. The Lorena Bobbitt virus takes your hard drive, converts it into a 3.5 floppy, and then discards it through Windows. And that's what was going on with me. Now the other night I had a date with a cutest gal in the 50 states, one of them hybrid uptown fancy little things. She said she loved me, and it seemed to me that things were about how they ought to be, so hand in hand we strolled down Lover's Lane. She was oh so far from a chunk of ice. Our smooching party was going nice, so help me, fellas, I think I'd have been there yet. But I gave her a kiss and a little squeeze, and she said, Rick, excuse me, please, right now, I'd like to smoke a cigarette. Smoke, smoke, smoke that cigarette. Puff, 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 and if you smoke yourself to death, tell St. Peter at the Golden Gate that you hate to make it wait, but you just gotta have another cigarette. Tell St. Peter at the Golden Gate that you hate to make it wait, but you just gotta have like one more cigarette. Oh, come on, what's one more? That didn't sound bad. It sounds better on the recording, but that wasn't bad, right? I got a country song.
All right, sing a country song.
I have a country song. It's a love song. And I wrote this. You want to hear? Okay, you want to hear this? Can I do this?
Sing it to me.
Okay, well, it starts out like talking, you know. All right, so like.
I love this.
Once upon a time, there was a boy.
Name Sue.
No, that's a different country song. Once upon a time, there was a boy, and he loved a girl. And he loved her very much. And he loved her so much, in fact, that every time he tried to tell her how much he loved her, he couldn't find the words exactly to say it, so they'd always come out backward. And it'd sound something like this. Bright moon, tray fiddly run by through, round and up to, that's why I love you so much. That's why I love you like I do.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Bluebirds swinging farther for some say, trouble I'll say so. That's why I love you so much. That's why I love you like I do. In other words, there are no words to say how much I care. And every time I try to tell you, words come to my throat, but they stick there. Bright moon, tray fiddly run by through.
Okay, wait. Can we?
Wait,
I'm
not
sorry.
finished.
Yeah, I know it. I don't want to be rude, but sit down.
I'm not finished.
Sit down. You're finished.
I'm finished.
Stick a fork in it. Sit down.
So you didn't like that song?
Sit down, mister.
Well, it's a marvelous night for a moon dance with the stars up above in your eyes. A fantabulous night to make romance neath the cover of October skies. And all the leaves of the trees they are falling to make sure that you're never alone. There and then all my dreams will come calling. There and then I will make you my own. And every night's magic seems to whisper